What's up, guys, and I am back with another video. And today I wanted to talk about a video that I saw on TikTok of a white woman who gives insight into dating black men. Now, you can tell by the way that this woman talks and how she presents herself that she feels very connected with black people in America. But in this video, she speaks about something very interesting, and I want you guys to take a listen.
If you are a white woman and you are dating, in love with, married to a black man, I want you to listen up. There are certain things that you need to know. And I don't think this is spoke about enough. But the most dangerous thing in this world are the tears of a white woman. And if you truly love the black man that you are with, you need to know that you need to have his back and protect him at all costs, including protecting him from yourself. And what do I mean by that? My son was dating a white woman. My son is biracial. They got into an argument in public, and she started to scream and cry. And my son immediately left the scene. She was outraged. She couldn't believe my son left. My son left because my son knew that if he stayed there and this woman was crying and screaming at him, a black man, there was not going to be any questions asked. He was going to be thrown to the ground. He was going to go to jail. It was not going to be any questions asked because this white woman was crying and screaming about him. Now, I'm sure this female may have been hurt. Her feelings was hurt. She was a little emotional. However, when you are dating a black man and you're a white woman, you need to understand that sometimes your fucking feelings and your emotions have to take a fucking back seat to not cause harm to the person you are dating, that you love, that you are married to. And I'm not telling you that if you are truly in fucking danger, not to get help. But if you're just emotional, you're just pissed off, and you want to scream and hoop and holler, in public is not the time. Because that can turn out very deadly for the black man that you claim to love so much, whether you realize it or not. If you were just dating a white man and you were yelling, nobody would really pay any attention to that shit. But when people see a white woman and a black man and you're screaming, all hell will break loose. Because when white women cry, everybody responds. Even if the shit is stupid, even if it's frivolous, even if it's a lie. The most deadliest thing in this world are white women tears. I have said this time and time again. And I learned this very, very early in life. I grew up in the projects. I was raised by two wonderful black women that helped my mother raise me. So I know what I have witnessed, what I have experienced, and I know for a fact of what I speak. I learned very early in life that I could be a voice for my friends and my family because people would listen to me far more than they would listen to them. And if you listen to anything I have ever said to you on this app, if you are a white woman and you are dating a black man, you are in love with a black man, you are married to a black man, you need to know that you need to have his back and protect him at all costs, even if it is protecting him from you. Handle that shit at home if you are not in danger.
Now you guys just saw that video of what this woman had to say about dating black men. Now I understand what she is saying about how, in many cases, that a white woman sometimes need to protect their black male partners from themselves. There are many situations, especially in public, where men in general are seen as more of a threat when they argue with their partner. Societally speaking, It is common for the male to be looked at as more intimidating generally, because he in many cases may be a lot bigger than his female counterpart. So society is going to deem the male as aggressive and abusive even when the couple can be having relationship issues. So in many cases, this can strictly be because of gender bias, most of the time because of the stereotypes we live by. I mean, the woman can easily be the problem and the aggressor, but that is just how stereotypes and negative connotations work in our society, unfortunately. But I also do agree that the race of the person does matter as well, especially if the male is black and the woman is of another race, particularly a white female. And I understand that her son is biracial, but society will still see him as a black man. And she definitely makes a point that if the white woman is arguing with her black male partner and crying, society is going to see the black man as a threatening problem and assume that he has done something very bad to her, even if the argument is very petty, which a lot of relationships have. And the situation can turn very grim very fast for that black male due to how society perceives black men. I mean, throughout history, there have been numerous instances where white women's accusations against black men have led to severe consequences for the accused, often without substantial evidence. The infamous case of Emmett Till in 1955, where a 14-year-old black boy was brutally murdered after being falsely accused of harassing a white woman, is a tragic example of this. And I understand that this context is not the exact same as interracial dating, but you get the point. There are also racist stereotypes portraying black men as dangerous or hypersexual as well. These stereotypes can influence people's perceptions and lead to biased beliefs and actions. And let's be real, it's not that many people believe these stereotypes about black men, but they want to believe these stereotypes to be true. Racial power dynamics have also historically placed black individuals, especially men, in vulnerable positions. The legal and social systems have often favored white individuals, making it easier for false accusations to gain traction and lead to unjust outcomes. These outcomes, in some cases, have led to black men being placed in prison and also being murdered because of the lies that come from white women. And again, I'm not saying this is the case all the time, but it does happen quite frequently, and it is something white women should be cautious of when being in public if they are dating a black male. So in closing, yes, I understand where this white woman is coming from because these conditions can affect black men while dating white women. And I'm not saying that this is the case all the time, but the fact that many people don't know the full story of what's going on and will just assume that the man is the problem and aggressor, especially when they are black. And they tend to jump to false accusations without seeing the entire picture first because of this. And this is why I say that I don't really advocate for black men to date outside of their race, especially white women, because there are too many complications that arise when these things happen. And I know everyone's situations may be different, but you just have to be careful in certain situations when dating outside of your race. It's not going to be peaches and cream like everybody paints it out to be. Many people of other races do not understand our culture and what societal pressures that we as black people go through, even though they will tell you all the time that they do. And nobody has time to constantly educate other races of people about our plight. I mean, after a while, it just gets exhausting. But my advice to all you black men out there, if you do date white women or women of other races, just please be careful, because many people are watching you, and many of them are already assuming that you are probably physically and mentally abusing the woman anyway. So if they can find any opening or chance to strike you, trust and believe me, they definitely will. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I will catch you guys in the next video.